particular video is regarding TIFR, some final tips about it, because tomorrow is your exam and I hope you all have prepared well and you all are ready for the exam, right? So in this video I'll be talking about some important points which you should take care of, some like thoughts which you might be having in your mind, and how you can like maximize your probability of going through the exam in a best way. Okay, so these are going to be the important point of discussion in this video. Some final tips just to relax you down, just to relax your anxiety for the exam. These things we are going to discuss in this video. All right, the first thing which might be in your mind is whether I have completed my syllabus or not. Okay, so whatever I have studied, is it enough for the exam? So regarding this, you should keep this in mind, that whatever you have studied, just be very relaxed about it. Whatever you have done, let's say you have done 50% of syllabus, you have done 70% of syllabus, that is well and sufficient enough. Okay, just keep that in mind. Okay, don't panic about the syllabus, that I have covered less topics or I should have covered more, because now you don't have time for that. Okay, now don't study something new today. All you have to do is just revise whatever you have done. Okay, and TIFR exam is not about covering more number of syllabus. Okay, it's about how in depth you have knowledge of whatever you have studied. Let's say you have studied only 50% syllabus, but still you have a detailed understanding of that 50% syllabus. That is well and enough. Okay, so just make that thing very clear in your mind, that you don't have to cover entire syllabus. 50-60% syllabus is enough to qualify for this exam. Okay, to do good in the exam. That is the thing. The second thing which might be coming in your mind is shall I give the exam or not? Okay, shall I skip the exam? Because I am getting messages from students, sir, tomorrow is TIFR exam, I have not prepared well, so shall I skip it? So see, I'll tell you very like logically about it. Let's say you give the exam. Okay, let's say you give the exam. So in that case, what is the probability of qualifying it? Here are two possibilities: either you qualify or either you don't qualify. So the probability of qualifying is 1 by 2. Okay, that is 1 by 2, or you can say 50% probability is there that you are going to qualify the exam, but it is only when you are going to give the exam. Now let's say you are not giving the exam. Okay, let's say you skip the exam. Okay, let's say you skip the exam. In that case, this probability, which was earlier 50% to qualify, you have made it 0%, because you have not given the exam, so you are not going to qualify it anyhow. Okay, so don't decrease your probability of qualifying the exam. This is just a technical way of making you understand that unless and until you face the exam, you won't be able to understand that where you are actually, how much you have to prepare. Okay, it's not like we say like this, right? If we close our eyes, it does not mean that the world is going to just like there is darkness around us. It's not like that. There is light around us. We have to open our eyes and we have to face everything, whatever is there around us. Okay, so if you have filled the form, and whatever is the reason, if you have not prepared also completely, or if you are, if any reason is there, okay, that is not going to make any sense. Just if you have filled the form, you should go and attempt this exam. Okay, you should not skip the exam. So don't skip the exam. Okay, I'll just write down don't here, so that you don't skip the exam. All right, so don't think of skipping it. Remember that it, just take it as a experience. Okay, for the upcoming GATE or CSI net exam, you will be able to understand that how many questions you are able to do here, or do you understand a particular question which is asked, are you able to like identify from which topic it is asked, are you able to solve it a little bit or not. Okay, so these all things will be there if you give the exam, so don't skip it. All right, the next thing is about today, what you should do. All the other things, you should take a proper sleep, you should take healthy diet. Okay, so that you don't feel like, you should be healthy, you should feel good when you are giving the exam. Okay, one more thing which is very important is that this exam is common, the question paper is common, right? Common for integrated PhD like IPhD and for PhD. So that means the level of questions which will be asked will be there in such a way that it takes care of those who have applied for integrated PhD. Now integrated PhD, BSc qualified students apply for their MSc, like to get through MSc plus PhD, and PhD entrance, those apply who have qualified their masters. The level of questions will be there in such a way that it takes care of both the types of students, those who are applied for integrated PhD or PhD. So if you have applied for PhD, you are here on a better side because you have already studied MSc. You have understood the topics over there in your masters. You know the topic. So you have advantage of solving more number of questions compared to a person who has applied for integrated PhD. So I'm just telling you these things so that you feel that yes, you will be able to do good in the exam. You should not skip that. Okay. All right. Now talking about the exam day. Okay. During the exam, what you should do. So during the exam, you should keep few points in mind. Okay. So this is during exam. Okay. So during the exam. So here the first thing which you have to make sure is that you have enough time for this. Okay. You have 40 questions and you have 3 hours. That means 180 minutes. And if you compare it with any entrance exam like CSIR, NET or GATE, there the number of questions are more and the time is everywhere 33 hours only. So that means you have enough time to devote to a particular question. Like 180 minutes for 40 questions, it gives you somewhere around like per question you are getting around 4 to 5 minutes. Okay. So you have a very good amount of time to be dedicated on a particular question. So what should you do? You should read the question carefully. Okay. Read question carefully. This is very important because the questions over here are more of conceptual. So they will not be like you just know the formula, you put the formula, you get the answer. It won't be like that. They will be conceptual. So you need to understand the concept. You need to understand the question. So first, when you read the question carefully, you will be able to understand what they are asking. And once you understood what they are asking, you will be able to apply your concept. And once you apply your concept, of course, you are going to get the answer. Okay. So read questions very carefully. All right. That is one thing. Second thing is, try to use the calculators or whatever the things are provided, whatever data is provided, look upon that because those will be required during that particular question. Okay. So if a question is there, some data is given in that question, so make sure that yes, that will be used. So keep that in mind. Okay. And the next thing is, avoid doing mistakes. Okay. Like avoid doing negative questions. So read question carefully because the questions are conceptual and use given data. Okay. Whatever data is given, that data you should use. The third thing which is there is to avoid negative marks. Okay. Avoid mistakes. This is very important because here the stakes are little higher, on the higher side. So don't make mistakes. Do less number of questions, that is fine, but don't make mistakes. Like in the attempt of doing more number of questions, just don't do wrong questions. So that is the fourth point over here, that do those questions only which you are confident about. Okay. So attempt confidently. Okay. Confident questions only. So don't think that okay fine, I'll be just giving it a guess. Don't make guesses over here. Okay. Because here you don't have that option, like you don't have that particular grace. Okay. That you will be able to do some guess and you will get through it. No. So only do those questions for which you are confident about. Avoid making mistakes. That is the most important thing which you have to make sure and you have to keep in mind. The next thing which I'll talk about is that like don't go for doing more number of questions. Okay. So don't attempt too many questions. Now of course if you know everything then it is fine, but if let's say you are thinking that I have done out of 40, I have already done 20 questions and now I will try to push myself and I will go for next 10 more or 5 more. So don't do that. If you have done let's say 25 questions and you have confidently done them, then no need to do more questions. Don't need to make random guesses or no need to make wild guesses about them. Okay. Most important thing which you have to make sure that you are like following it throughout the exam and throughout from now onwards is that don't panic. Okay. So you don't have to panic about it in any way. This is just an exam. Don't get panic about it. Give your best. That's it. Okay. And one last final thing which I will say is that whenever let's say there is a question, and especially those general aptitude or mathematics questions, those questions are like bonus questions. You will be able to get done and you will be able to get the answer of that. In case if you are struggling with it, you don't know how to solve it, or you don't know the formula of it, so this will be applicable on mathematics question mostly. So try to use the options which are given. Okay, so let's say there are 4 options given. Right, let's say there is a formula given and the options are given, or some equation is given and the options are given. So try to put those options in that formula and try to get the answer. So that is called reverse, like reverse method, or you can say that it is a reverse way of getting to the correct answer. So put the options in the question and then see that which option satisfies the equation. So because you have enough time, so yes, you can do that. So don't leave these mathematics or these logic based questions. Okay, these are like bonus, so you'll get at least 1 or 2 from there, and don't miss out those questions. Okay, many of you will ask what is the number of questions which I should do, and what is the safe number of questions to do for this particular exam. So the thing is that the safe number of questions varies every year. It depends upon the question paper. Okay, sometimes when the question paper is difficult, even 20 questions are on the safer side. Sometimes when the question paper is easy, then 25-26 question is on the safer side. So just make sure that you don't know what is the level of question, what is the level of question paper, but still you should do at least around 25 plus questions, somewhere around that. Whatever I just said, you should do all the questions which you are confident about. If you are confidently doing 20 to 25 questions, just stop yourself over there. That is enough for it. Okay, so that is a general tip which I just wanted to give it to you. All the best for your exam. I hope you all will do well in your exam, and I hope you all will qualify with shining stars. So I will see you guys on the other side. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye. Take care.